And it is for the undisputed WWE World Tag Team Championships, as DIY got the opportunity by defeating the Usos in the World Title Eliminator Tournament, or the World Title Eliminator match. The fact of the matter is, now DIY get the opportunity to fight the Usos for the tag team titles. Jay starts it off big time with Johnny Gargano. Jay plants Johnny with a spine buster. Johnny brushes off Jay. Jay brushes off Johnny. Johnny brushes off Jay. Clothesline. Running complete shot. Johnny takes down Jay. Johnny went for a vertical suplex. Jay with a chop block. Jay gets a big lariat, takes down Gargano. Gargano brushes off Jay, hits him with a headbutt, and down goes Uso. Knife edge chop by Gargano. Quick knife edge chops. Complete shot. And a quick tag to Tommaso Ciampa. Ciampa gets sent to the apron. Gargano drops down Ciampa with a forearm shiver. Uso went for an elbow. Jay went for a punch, but Ciampa hit him with a discus lariat as he was preparing for the punch, and rocks him down. Straight right hand by Ciampa takes down Jey Uso. Ciampa has him up. Arrow Explosion. I actually believe that was a variation of the Celtic Cross. If you wanna say specifics from when Fit Finlay was fighting. Facebuster by Ciampa takes down Uso. It's been all DIY with minimal offense from the Usos thus far, as Jay kicks out and Jimmy tries to break it up for his brother. Dropkick takes down Jay. Gargano and Ciampa are doing a wonderful job of cutting the ring in half. They are doing a wonderful job of cutting the ring in half and stopping the Usos from connecting with one another. Jay tried to fight out of it, but Ciampa and Gargano with a cheap shot. And Jay gets knocked down again with a dropkick from Ciampa. Discus lariat takes down Jey Uso. A discus lariat takes down Jay. Gargano picks up Uso. Big DDT by Gargano. A big DDT by Gargano. Jey Uso goes up top. Catches Gargano. Johnny catches him. Johnny goes for a Hurricane Rana, but Jay catches him. And Jay's finally going for the tag to his brother as a big offensive move changes the direction of the match as Jimmy is getting in the ring for the first time. Jimmy hits a super kick, takes down Gargano, and just as Gargano kicks out, Ciampa breaks it up. Jawbreaker takes down Gargano as offense from the Usos is now something that we're seeing as Gargano is crawling towards Ciampa. And a hot tag to Ciampa. A hot tag to Ciampa puts Gargano on the outside, with Jay finally getting some offense in against Johnny and Ciampa, which for the first part of the matchup, Jay wasn't really getting any offense in. Sucker ball kick to the small in the back of Ciampa. Again, a move so nice he did it twice. Ciampa not wasting any effort, kicking out, just reaching out for the ropes. Smart move by Ciampa, as he's got to conserve his energy in this tag team title match. Ciampa catches Jimmy getting back in the ring with a jumping knee. Ciampa went for a straight right hand, but Jay returned the favor from earlier in the matchup when Johnny hit Jay with a cheap shot. Jay hit Tommaso with a cheap shot, getting his brother the opportunity to get back in control. Ciampa gets out of it. Facebuster by Ciampa takes down Jimmy Uso. Ladder of press and a 1 count. Only a 1. Jimmy rolls to the outside. Jimmy rocked. Ciampa sends Jimmy to the floor. And Jimmy out on the floor. Ciampa takes advantage of it and tags out to Gargano. Complete shot. Ladder of press. And Jay doesn't even bother coming in the match. He knew his brother was going to kick out. As Jimmy kicks out relatively quick, but Gargano does the move so nice he does it twice. Taking down Jimmy Uso again with the complete shot. I don't know how smart it is for Johnny to get up top, but Johnny went up top, jumped off with a Hurricane Rana, and again, only a 1 for Johnny Wrestling. I don't know why Johnny didn't go for the tag. I don't know why Johnny didn't try and block the tag, but either way, Gargano tags out to Ciampa. Jay gets tagged in for Jimmy, and I don't know why Jimmy still goes for the tag, but I guess you never know. And right now, Jay's looking like a house of fire, so I'll eat my hat. But I don't know why Jay went for the quick tag. Jay's keeping too much of his attention. Jay, in my opinion, is keeping too much of his attention on Johnny Wrestling at this point. Jay is keeping too much of his attention on Johnny, and Ciampa's trying to capitalize. Ciampa's trying to capitalize with an O'Connor roll. Ciampa was trying to capitalize with an O'Connor roll, but it is getting pushed aside for some Project Ciampa. Ladder of press. And Jimmy doesn't even bother coming in. He knew his brother was going to kick out as Jay kicked out of Project Ciampa. I'm not even sure what Ciampa, DDT on the outside, a DDT on the apron. A DDT on the apron from Ciampa as Jay and Ciampa have found their way to the outside. A big dropkick takes down Ciampa, shifting gears again as the pendulum swings back in the favor of the Usos in this one. As Jay again feasts his eyes on Johnny Gargano. That is going to come back to bite him. I could just see it. It is just going to come back to bite the Usos if Jay can't keep his eyes off Gargano. Dropkick grazes Jay. Johnny is still on the outside. Ciampa gets rocked with a big right hand, but a big clothesline again swings the pendulum back in favor of Ciampa and Gargano. Speaking of Gargano, Ciampa does the tag as Johnny gets back into the ring to feast his eyes on Jey Uso, and for whatever reason, Jey Uso, after all those cheap shots, Jay makes a tag to Jimmy. Jay makes the tag to Jimmy and tags out as Johnny Wrestling gets in. Tag team move gets the Usos in control for a minute before Johnny gets back in control. Jimmy gets back in control. Johnny shifts gears again. Back to the complete shot. That has been the equalizer for Johnny Wrestling in this one. The complete shot. Johnny positions Jimmy, Johnny positions Jimmy on the top rope, and just an arm wringer off the top rope from Johnny Wrestling. Big splash, but Jimmy moved. Jimmy moved from the big splash. Big right hand again from Jimmy to Johnny. Too many J's in this one. I'm gonna end up tongue twisting myself. Jay gets back in the ring. as Johnny's working back from underneath. Super kick takes down Johnny. Ladder press, and Tommaso gets in before the ref even starts counting. Tommaso's in before the ref even starts counting. Vertical suplex by Jay. Vertical suplex by Jay to Johnny Wrestling. Jay, he's just carrying Johnny around the ring, slams him into the corner, and slams him away. Sucker ball kick by Jay. Jay's going up top. You know what comes next. Jay, Uso splash. The Uso splash. And Ciampa gets in the ring to break up the count. I just have to point out. Another Uso splash, but again, Jay is not going after Ciampa. Jay was only going after Johnny. But again, Ciampa gets in the ring, and again, Ciampa breaks up the cover. Bid, that move that Jay went for, the punch, the theatrical punch that Jay went for earlier, he lands a second time, this time on Johnny. The Usos are now cutting the ring in half for Johnny Wrestling. Johnny needs to make the tag to Ciampa, and he needs it desperately. If he doesn't, the Usos will make him pay. The Usos are by far one of the best tag teams in WWE, if not the best tag team in the last 20 years in WWE history. Jimmy's carrying Johnny on his shoulders and drops him from the fireman's carry position. Up kick by Johnny Wrestling. Big DDT by Johnny. He's got to get the cut. He's got to get the tag. And he's able to get the tag to Ciampa. Ciampa gets blocked. Samoan drop takes Ciampa's House of Fire out, but Johnny runs back in, breaks up the ladder of press. Ciampa gets planted with a DDT, but Ciampa rolls to the outside. DIY is unquestionably in a bad position now. Ciampa goes up top, gets peeled off the top by Jimmy. Super kick blocked. Clothesline blocked. Ciampa. Swinging neckbreaker takes down Jimmy. Swinging neckbreaker takes down Jimmy. Super kick. Rocks Ciampa. Ciampa reverses Jimmy. Fairy tale ending by Ciampa. And Jimmy kicks out. Fairy tale ending by Ciampa, but Jimmy kicked out. Johnny's back in the match. Waiting for Jimmy Uso gets hit with a tope suicida. Jimmy gets hit with a tope suicida from Gargano. Johnny Wrestling has him positioned. Bad timing. It might have been bad timing. Gargano escape, but it's still the Gargano escape. Jay gets in. Jay saves his brother, is what I was going to say. Snap suplex by Ciampa. If the finishers weren't coming for us, coming lefts and rights. Wait a second. Jimmy blocks the fairy tale ending. Jimmy saw it coming the second time and blocked the fairy tale ending from Ciampa. Ciampa reverses the super kick, plants him with a power bomb. Ciampa reverses the super kick and plants Jimmy with a power bomb. Ciampa gets reversed. Small package. Wait, the referee hesitates. And Jimmy almost got a cut. Wait, Jay's going after the ref. Jay's going after the ref. What the hell's Jey Uso doing? Backstabber. Backstabber. Jay was going after the ref. Jay took the ref out. Jay took the ref out. Jey Uso took the ref out. Ciampa took out Jey Uso, but it may have cost him as he lost the offense. And Gargano saves the matchup. Gargano saves the match for his team. That almost cost Gargano and Ciampa the entire match because Ciampa chose to go after Jey Uso. Ciampa fights out of the corner. Jimmy blocks Ciampa. Jimmy blocks Ciampa. Ciampa crawls to Gargano and gets the hot tag. Ciampa crawls to Gargano and gets the hot tag. But Gargano again gets stunted by Jimmy. But Gargano's been sitting on the outside for long enough. Gargano's been sitting on the outside for long enough. He's still got the fire in him. He's still got the fire in him. Neckbreaker off the top rope. But Jay gets the match, keeps the match going. Jay keeps the match going. And with all the cheap tags, with all the cheap shots, with all the cheap shots from Jay, you gotta figure Gargano may want a piece of Jay, and it looks like he's gonna get the opportunity to get it as the Usos go for the tag team move. Pop-up, Samoan drop. Pop-up Samoan drop. Gargano does the smart move and rolls to the outside. But watch the Uso fly. Watch the Uso fly as Jimmy slides out of the way for his brother for Jay to drop over the top rope and take out Gargano on the outside. Gargano, super kick, gives the Usos a taste of their own medicine. Gargano's going for the Gargano escape. This is just to inflict damage on Jey Uso. But Gargano also hears it, and it distracts him. It's a count of 8. These two gotta get back in the ring. That may have cost Gargano. Gargano fights out of it again. Clothesline takes down Jay. Hot tag. Tags out to Jimmy. Gargano. Ciampa's back in. Ciampa misses the neck breaker. Pop-up Samoan drop. Elbow drop by Jimmy. Ciampa rolls to the outside. Hesitation from Jimmy. Allows Ciampa to take him down. German suplex by Ciampa. Ciampa with a lot of repress. Rope break. Wait. Collision with the referee. Backstabber. Collision with the referee and a backstabber. Leapfrog. Ciampa went for the elbow strike, but they collide. Discus lariat, but Jimmy ducked. Headbutt. Jimmy tags out to Jay. Jay gets back in the match. Quick elbow strike by Ciampa. Quick elbow strike by Ciampa. Jay's on the apron. Jay's on the apron. Ciampa. Willow's ball. Willow's ball. Let her press. And Jay gets saved by his brother before the count even gets going. Jay gets saved by his brother by the count before the count even gets going. Lethal combination by Ciampa takes down Jay. Combination by Ciampa takes down Jay. Gargano's on the outside. Ciampa send Jay to the outside. And Jimmy to the outside too. This gives Ciampa's given his partner an opportunity to recover. Ciampa's given his partner an opportunity to recover. Ciampa tags out to Gargano. Jay sends Gargano into the corner. Gargano blocks Jay. Gargano blocks Jay. I don't know what Gargano was going for there. It looked like a discus lariat or something. Power slam by Jay. Power slam by Jay takes down Gargano. Jay's bringing Gargano into the corner. Gargano blocked him. Jay blocks Gargano. Gargano blocks Jay. Discus lariat. Discus lariat. Big maneuver by Gargano. And Gargano goes for the tag. Gargano goes for the tag. I believe Psycho Cutter. The Psycho Cutter upcoming from Ciampa. The Psycho Cutter. But Jimmy tags. Jimmy gets the tag. Jimmy breaks it up. Jimmy breaks it up. And this match is now it's degraded into a brawl. It is degraded into a brawl. Gargano and Jimmy on one side. Jay and Ciampa on the other. STO by Ciampa takes down Jay. STO by Ciampa takes down Jay. Ciampa's going after the announcer's table. Ciampa's going after the announcer's table. Wait a second, Jimmy and Gargano are back on the. Wait. A variation of the fairy tale ending puts Jay through the table. A variation of the fairy tale ending puts Jay through the table. Could this be it? Could this be it? No! Jimmy's in the ring! Jimmy's in the ring! Jimmy breaks it up. Jimmy saves his brother. But how much long-term damage is this match doing? Keeping this match going longer. How much long-term damage is this match doing? Having this match go longer. Big splash. Gargano missed the big splash. Jay moved out of the way. Jay still has something left in him. Stalling vertical suplex by Jey Uso. Takes down Gargano. Ciampa's in the ring already. And Ciampa breaks it up just like Jimmy does for his brother. Headbutt takes down Gargano. Hyperextending the knee of Johnny Wrestling is Jey Uso. Finally, Jay and Johnny are in the match by themselves, settling whatever beef Jay had with Gargano earlier in this matchup. Tying up the knee again, attacking the knee of Gargano is Jey Uso. It looks like Ciampa and Jimmy are on the outside. Ciampa and Jimmy are on the outside. This has got to be it. This has got to be it. And that is it. The Usos remain tag team champions, defeating DIY in a hell of a tag team classic. If this is what to expect from the month of November for the tag team division, then I'm excited to see what comes next. Because a 25-minute barn burner is what we got when DIY locked horns with the Usos. And if that's what we have to expect, it's going to be a long month with a lot of content. With that being said, though, that is it from me, and I will see you in the next one.